MNR 001 Ignou. We were listening to Block 1, Unit 4, Section 4.11. Last we had listened to Check Your Progress 4. So now we will go to the next section, that is Section 4.12. Globalization of agriculture. The agricultural development strategy followed in India is based on improved high-yielding varieties of crops, assured irrigation, use of fertilizers, better plant protection measures, dependable post-harvest technology, improved storage facilities, value-added products, and better market facilities. On all these fronts, international cooperation and coordination is a must. International Board for Plant Genetic Resources (IBPGR) was established in 1974 with FAO at Rome as headquarters to collect, conserve, evaluate, and document the biodiversity and to supply the germplasm to countries on request. In India, National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources (NBPGR) New Delhi had been assigned this work and has linkages with more than 85 countries. This bureau caters the need of agricultural and horticultural crops. Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, has the responsibility of forest plants and Botanical Survey of India for other economic plants. International institutes are established for various crops and regions. Their main function is to evolve varieties for high yields, resistance to biotic and abiotic factors, better production technology, and plant protection measures, to have trials under different agroclimatic situations, and supply seed and know-how to different nations. Biotechnological approach has been used to develop genetically modified plants. Regulations are made by individual countries for trade of agricultural commodities. In India, Destructive Insects and Pests Act 1914 was promulgated by the Directorate of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage, Ministry of Agriculture and Irrigation. Revisions were made in 1976 and later. For imports into India, 1984 Plants, Fruits and Seeds Regulation of Imports was imposed, which was revised in 1989. Bracket Seed Tech News 30. Bracket 3,4 bracket close 2000 colon 34 to 53 bracket close. According to it, no consignment can be imported into the country without an official import permit and phytosanitary certificate issued by the official plant quarantine agency of the exporting country. As international trade on agricultural and allied products involves risks of spread of diseases, insect pests, weeds, and unwanted chemical residues which may result in health hazards of plants, animals, and pollute the environment. Each country has its own rules and regulations of quarantine. Due to the want of harmony in the rules and regulation and their implementation, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade (GATT), which was operative from 1947 and revised in 1995, was transformed into the World Trade Organization (WTO). India is a member country of WTO. WTO made an agreement on the application of sanitary and phytosanitary SPS measures uniformly applicable to all the member countries. The agreement also includes the trade-related aspects like intellectual property rights and trade in counterfeit goods known as TRIPS agreement. The point of subsidies is of great concern for developing countries. The techniques developed in other countries are being used in our country in agricultural production like drip irrigation from Israel. Excellent cooperation is desired at global level to improve agricultural production. Similar efforts are made in animal husbandry to have better production in milk, poultry, piggery, fisheries, etc. Now we are left with the final sections, that is the latest sum up section, keywords, some useful books and references, and finally we have the answers to check your progress. That is the check your progress 1, 2, 3, 4, which we discussed in the earlier videos. Here I will be telling out the answers. So let's get to the answers. Check your progress 1. Number 1. Dynasties with a frequent change of land revenue system had adverse impact on agricultural development. Number 2. It makes faster movement of products from one place to another. Check your progress 2. High quality seeds. Question number 1. High quality seed gives higher yield and quality product. Number 2. Chemical fertilizers help in achieving higher yield. Number 3. Through development of irrigation facilities and efficient utilization of available irrigation water. Check your progress 3. Number 1. Education helps in overall development of agriculture, development of technology and its transfer to the farmers, purchase and sale of agricultural inputs and output, etc. Number 2. Research is the basic requirements of development of new technology and refinement in the existing one. Number 3. Good extension program helps in transfer and propagation of improved crop production technologies among the producers. Check your progress 4. 1. Crop production and animal husbandry are complementary enterprises. Number 2. Through new breeds along with other poultry development activities. Number 3, and the last point, fish breeding, better management of production system, development of conditioned storage system, processing. So I read out the answers to the check your progress 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can check out the answers of the previous videos from this specific video. Now let me complete the latest sum up section, that is 4.14, 4.15 keywords and some useful books or references. So back to 4.14. Let us sum up. The agricultural development took place in several phases in all the components of agriculture. The agriculture was governed by age-old practices which were modified and refined from time to time. Different dynasties had their influence. The cultivators were to pay high taxes in cash or kind. The zamindari system had its influence in negative way as zamindars were not the actual cultivators and cultivation was done by labor. The zamindars had large land holdings. The method of land assessment was modified by the rulers. After independence, land ceiling was introduced and several land reforms were made. Several commissions were formed to suggest methods for agricultural advancement and betterment of farmers. The introduction of dwarf wheat from Mexico changed the scenario of wheat cultivation. Some lessons were learned due to Bengal famine in 1942. Intensive area development program was started which gradually covered whole India. Steps were taken to establish factories for chemical fertilizers, pesticides and other requirements in agriculture production. Proper attention was given to quality seed. Irrigation facilities were increased by constructing large and small dams. They were also used for generating power. The farm implements were modified and farm machineries were introduced. Attention was given for agricultural education, research and extension through agricultural universities and institutes. Indian Council of Agricultural Research is responsible for all the activities in education, research and extension in all the disciplines of agriculture. Similar attention has been given to animal sciences including dairy, poultry, fisheries, goats, sheep and pigs. Advances are also being made through biotechnology. The planning has been made to boost the agricultural production not only for self-sufficiency but also to have a good export quantum. Section 4.15 Keywords. CACP, Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices. Main functions of CACP is to fix support price in advance of the harvest for all major crops based on the cost of production and some incentive over the cost. GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. IADP, the selected districts under IADP Intensive Area Development Program were required to have assured irrigation minimum hazard like flood, drought and soil erosion, use of fertilizers, plant protection measures and availability of agricultural credit. Nucleus seed, it is basic seed developed by the concerned breeder. SPS, sanitary and phytosanitary measures. Takwavi loan, loan given to the cultivators for purchase of seed and cattle on surety for their payment. Now we come to the end part, that is section 4.16, which has some references of some useful books. So I am reading them out. Anonymous, 2002 to 2004. Survey of Indian Agriculture, The Hindu. Menon, KPA, 1985. Indian Agriculture, Administrative and Organizational Constraints, Arthashastri Prakashan, New Delhi, 236. Randhawa, MS, 1962. Agriculture and Animal Husbandry in India, ICAR, New Delhi, 342. Randhawa, MS, 1982. A History of Agriculture in India, Volume 2, 1206 to 1761, ICAR, New Delhi, 543. Randhawa, MS, 1986. A History of Agriculture in India, Volume 4, 1947 to 1981, ICAR, New Delhi, page New Delhi, 716. So, with this, we come to the end of this unit, that is Unit 4 of Block 1. So, today I am going to end this video. We will be back soon with some new video and with some new topic. Thank you.